Okay, so I think I mentioned it, but I was in town, worst place to possibly be, and the little white light came on here. But in case I don't know what that is. Some kind of relay kicking. So there's my white light indicating freshness of a brake problem. And so I got the CJ double tandem kit, thank goodness. So I first want to say I'm really happy about that. I'm happy about the starter. I'm happy about all these little rocks that Sean made me get that get everywhere. And you know, some people don't got rocks. So we're gonna get her on the lift. I think it's the back, but you lose about half your pedal, but you still have some brakes. So let's look at it that way. Okay. Tore my hands up putting these those valve covers on. My gosh. Woohoo! Was that ever something? Alright. There's a lot of sharp edges underneath old Daff here. Okay, baby. This shifter is so tricky. Bonk. It don't take nothing to get her into gear. Turbo Hydromatic 350 milli. I used to say Mildfire, but the letters fell off. So. Okay. Let's hope I get her on there pretty straight. Well, not happy to be here. Whoa, come on, baby. Whoa, all right. Oh, that's what the click was. It was the air conditioner compressor coming on. Okay, it wasn't on too long. All right, let's get under it and see what it is. Okay, got that off. Okay. Boy, it's hot. It must be 80 degrees. I can hardly stand it. But that's the way it goes. All right, hit the green subscribe button. Quit choking on pollen. I pumped them a few times to see if I got any juice coming out of anything. We'll see in just a minute, I hope. Hope it's something easy. I've got a bunch of old brake hoses, but I should just throw those away. I don't know. Sometimes you wonder what's better, new old stock or new stock? Because new old stock might be a little rotten, but at least it's not, you know, from some unnamed Oriental source or somewhere. Anyway, let's get there and see. I can look at the differential too, since that's relatively new. I don't see any stains on. Well, I see something right there, but what do you think? What do you think it is? I'll take it. Lay down your bets here. Got her on the lift pretty good. That's at least something. Let's take a look. There's nothing drippy out of there. There's nothing drippy right there. You go. So it blew something here. Well, there's your problem, lady. Is it that three-way fitting? Well, that don't look too bad. Let's just check the whole thing out. And this goes to the back. So I guess it's, yeah, I got a mark. The front one's the back one's the front. You know how that goes. Well, I don't know. Three-way brake connector. Let's go get a better flash. Oh, I don't have a better flashlight. This is about the best I got right now. Well, I wonder why that would go all of a sudden. That's definitely where it's blown. You think the flare might have cracked? Let's find out. Well, let me check around the periphery of the brass thing. I don't. I don't see any cracks. Let me. Okay. What do you think? I think that's 3/8, 3/8, 7/16, something like that. It's never half, I don't think. Oh, what a pain. Well, that confirms that that's it, because I'm looking at this thing and I don't see any real trouble with it. Let's see if I see any cracks there. No, but I tell you what I do think. I do think that just the vibration here, there's supposed to be a rubber line here. I think I'll go get one and I'll reflare this. I ain't taking that all out of there. I think I got a regular, I can do it here, brake flare tool. So for tonight, I think we're just sort of done. And I just don't see any. I might get a new. I don't know. I don't think that's it. Let me look at the footage when I get back up to the house real careful. I don't see anything that did that. I just think it was this that failed. I don't see any. I don't see any reason for that. You'd think there'd be enough flexibility here to take the shock of riding around, but I guess it's not. I guess they put a rubber hose there for a reason. Let me look up a rubber hose. Okay. I'm glad that's fixed. I hate the preparatory batteries in this thing, so that's why I did all this mess. I think I talked about that before. Incidentally, this was 3/8. I think. It don't matter. Everybody's going to be different. Yeah, it's 3/8. Well, alright. Well, let's go get a rubber hose. Maybe I can have it by the weekend. I think today's Tuesday. I tell you one thing you better not count on if you're in one of these old cars is the emergency brakes. The emergency will be that they won't work. Then you might use them as parking brakes, but you know, a lot of parts of the world people don't ever touch the emergency brakes or parking brakes or whatever, e-brake. But I've tried to employ this even since I moved the handle down and get a whole lot more force on it. It don't do nothing. So you better get this tandem kit, and with the little emergency light thing that I'm very happy to have had. Okay, yeah. All right, well, let me look around here. Oh yeah, I got to get a transmission mount too. I wanted to look at that. So I got to do something about getting this back of this motor up. Maybe they make an extra tall one of these. I don't know however long that is. So that's another little tidbit to get, like we talked about, to get that transmission tube, filler, dipstick tube and filler tube off from between the motor, the valve cover, and or rocker cover, and the bulkhead firewall. I never can remember English terms. I try. I have to think about it for a second. All right, the springs are in place. That's good. I'm glad I welded those overload springs in. Don't count on the U-bolts there. What else can I say while I'm down here? Yeah, I had an electric pump there, and then I changed it all up to there. So, all right, well, let's go up there. Looks like it's going to rain. Don't think it will, though. Boy, I tell you, they don't come up in 1 hour, don't they? Whew. Well, I got some parts in. What do you know? Up Doc Auto, my favorite. Well, not really my favorite place, but I've already opened it because I wanted it to be how do we say, stretching. Yuck. Can I speak to Don? Well, anyway, I knew a guy named Don. Uh-oh, made in some foreign land. So that's the part number they say it is for the rear brake hose on such things as the old DAF. So there she is, and for whatever reason, it comes with the copper washers. If I were you, I would just buy a whole bunch of those and just have them in stock. So I don't know what else is in here. I think it'll warn you to, don't worry, I'm not going to get too risque here. I think it warns you to take it out of the box and let it relax for a while. You know, it's amazing how fragile brake hoses are. Remove the box, straight position. After 30 minutes, remove hose, blah, 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 blah. And I gotta tell you too, I am not one of those guys that is gonna be putting the crimpers on these things. I just can't see that. Anyway, I hope this takes care of my problem. That'll go into the T-fitting, and this will go into the other fitting. These things are generally relatively standard, length and all that other stuff, but it's amazing how many different ones there are. Made in Chuka. We'll lie to ourselves. Okay, well, just got my delivery. Let's see what we got here. I hadn't looked at anything. This is what we got. I'm gonna have to do this to try to get the back of the engine up a little bit. Well, that looks pretty good and substantial. Made in Cambodia. All right, well, all right. Interesting. Let's take a look at it here. Oh, good. It's got the little give part in there. That looks well made enough. All right, let's see what it is. You curious? The other one was a real loser. I can't stand those cars. Do I have one? Oh, it slipped down underneath the wing. Ready? Ah, there you go. Way to go, Braden. That's a good looking truck there. Boy, those were the days, weren't they? That's really nice. Better than that other thing. I'll put it up there because it's sort of a badge of honor having all those things up on your toolbox, ain't it? So, alright, well that's a good one. Okay, so it's ceremony time. Let's do the bad stuff first, I guess. So, alright, well, whatever. I guess everybody likes something, huh? So my ceremonial edition there. And then everybody's got to like something. But nobody's got to like Sarah Lee. Okay. Always think of Pat and her Sarah Lee pound cake whenever I see Sarah Lee stuff. Okay, well, let's go up. That green subscribe button. I got all my flaring tools down there. I don't know what I'm going to do about that transmission mount yet, but I'll figure out something. Okay, subscribe now. I think I'm just going to go all the way up on this one. Kablank. Come on, go kablank. Thank you. Alright, so I saw this. I'm going to check these things out, make sure they're okay for sure. This one is about to fall off. So, that one did fall off. Wow, okay. Well, let's go see if I got another one of these. I didn't, my goodness. I had them on there tight too. Well, could have been worse, huh? Could be worse, I don't know how. I'm going to check this oil here too. Well, alright, we end up doing two things. Let's see if I got a bolt that big, a nut that big. Well, I think I might have found it. I don't know. Let's try. Well, I'll take that one too. But I got some big stuff like that. I'll tell you something funny. My dad, these must have been my grandfather's. I don't know. But my dad used to keep hardware in these little things here. I've been messing with these since I was a baby. I don't know what they fit, but I think I kind of outgrew that. Well, let's go see if I can get her to go. I think I'm going to turn the air on and drive these things on with air. Okay, I found one. It wasn't them two that I showed before, but I did find one, so that's good. I got the red thread locker. I got the Flexzilla. Tell you a trick about putting oil in these if you didn't already know what hole the trigger in. When you drip oil in it, it'll go right down in there. So if you don't press that in, it kind of binds up. So just a little pro tip there. Speaking of pro tips, I found this in the little hose box too, little brake hose box. So I don't know. I got all these tools here to flare a thing and do a thing, but I don't know. I kind of feel like doing these right now. So, alright, those are shock mounts, okay. Maybe that's probably part of the reason it knocked that out, but what knocked that one out? Okay, I don't know. Let's just fix it. Noise abatement. Okay, luckily I had a new bottle of red thread locker. I was running out of this. That's spinning, yeah. Okay. You gotta shake this stuff up, by the way. It's kind of a gel, so shake it up before you use it. And I'm not going to be anything but liberal with that. I wonder if you put the thread, the anaerobic sealer, if you put the lid on too tight, I wonder if it messes it up. Okay. Check them. Alright, so these are all done. Okay, kind of, no fun's done. I'm gonna do something fun, I guess. You call what I'm about. Okay. Alright, 15/16, whatever it matters to you. So, let's get over here, because we're gonna need this too. So, my brake bleed thing. Alright. Oh, spider. Sorry, Spidey. Life is short. Okay, well, I'm fortunate to have this original holder for this thing right here. So we're going to use that. And this hose comes with a little clip thing. So you got to put this in first and then do this. And I got to cut this line and all that stuff. I hope all this works. Push that on back there so you'll know when you cut the line and you flare it, you won't look like an idiot when you have to cut it again and put this back on there. So just ask me how I know, as they say. Hear that on almost every YouTube video, don't you? Well, I want to get this in my head while I'm at it too. Oh, well, you know, I might just take these off and heat them up and bend them instead of trying to figure out something else and get that pressure off up there. I don't know. I'll put a stand there and I don't know. What am I going to do here? I don't know. I think I'd rather try to figure out a spacer. I don't know. We'll worry about that now. Let's finish what we started over here. Hope I can get a double flare on this thing somehow. That'll hold, as they say. Alright, let's get this off and get this hose on here. Okay, don't go back crazy tightening these up, but be sure and put a wrench on the T-piece to hold it like that, and then that's 5/8. They're generally always 5/8 on this thing. And I got this on here. I think I want to do something better there. Maybe I got a better, that thing there is just not worth a tiddly-boo. That thing there, that little clip. I'll see if I got something else back there. Okay, let's see. Those go there. I got all these brake parts. Yeah, I was lucky to find a nut that fit that U-bolt. Nuts. They go here. So I got all these brake parts. But I don't got any of them clip things. I'm sure it's a Dorman something or other. I guess I could just use some stainless steel pull ties or something. Just something to take up the gap. That's all I need. So we'll do that. It's just something to keep it from vibrating around. You know, I had a clonk in this thing. No wonder. I thought it was a spare tire loose. So I tightened it up and I heard it a little bit. When I'll tell you a story about the BMW. I had a vibration in the front end, 2006 650i. And I found that the place I took it, they forgot to balance one of the front wheels. Not a good thing. Just plain no weights in there. I don't know. Let's use this. I keep everything stocked up. So let's see what we can do here. What a mess, huh? But she's my mess. Oh, I got to get that tube. I got to fill up that reservoir too. Well, I'll think about that when I get there. Let's get this stabilized. That's just real crummy right there. Let's see where we stand. Lost a little bit more fluid. That's gonna happen. So I got it cut off. I got my tool ready to go. If you've never used these double flare tools, you go to the thickness of that one. This is somewhere between 1/4 and 5/16, but I just tightened it down. I'm just gonna kind of go for it, okay? And this is not one of those copper ring situations. Okay, so it's 5/16 right there on it. But that ain't what it is, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think this stuff might even be metric. I don't know. Maybe that's the problem down there. Maybe that's what the whole cause was from it leaking. I don't know. Well, let's jerk it on there and hope it goes. You just got to tighten the bejesus out of it with that thing. That's about the best I could hope for right there. Almost looks like a Volkswagen bubble flare, don't it? But we can just slip it down here or up there or something and pull it through. And well, that's a little more even than I had hoped for. It didn't over crush it, so let's get it up in there and sort of see if it's not too big to go around the threads. I think it might be. It's always something, isn't it? So the rim of this is too big to go into there, but I think I can make something happen there. That's gonna take both hands, but I'll do something. And then we'll get this on there. Get that started thread and you got it made. So we'll just have to see. Okay, it's the next day and I think I've got this doing pretty good here. I might have got a little too much of a twist in that. Let's see if I can do something about that. But I found another piece here. So I got that better than I had it. I was using a piece of wire, but I think that's better. I clamped that on. I don't know, you think that's okay? I don't know, I think it's okay. It's got a little bit of a twist in it, but not bad. Okay, I'm gonna get me 4 more. I found that these John Deere nuts fit here, so I'm gonna put some locking nuts on there. I've got to go by the place, but I have 3 more, believe it or not. But it's the same one you use on John Deere blades, whatever size that is. I don't know. I'll let you know later. But it just depends on whatever kind of U-bolts you got. So, all right. Well, let's get the power bleeder out and bleed and do and see how this works. Now, I'm not going to tell you what I did here. Just don't do what I do, okay? Well, it's obvious which one leaked out, huh? So it's this one. Those aren't on there too hard. These hold downs are not on there too bad. That ought to have plenty in it. It does. So I know the back one's empty. Yeah, I can just tell by feeling in there. So I got my soy sauce bottle. I'm not going to use it for soy sauce anymore. Blow that out. That's the only kind of brake fluid to get. And I'm not going to go into why. I've done it enough times. Looks like I'm still leaking oil somewhere. Good thing I got dye in the oil. I'll look at it tonight once I get this transmission thing done. I don't think I'm going to include that in this video. It don't matter. Let's just stick with the brakes. So this is the way I do it. I have to put fluid in this and then go up and over and fill it. So I got 2 extra cans of this stuff. So let's fill it up. And you really should go to this one here and bleed it out of there. So let's, there's my bleeder kit, okay. Ooh, that's not good. I probably need to do something about that. Yeah, I gotta check this too, so at least it's not hitting the shock or anything, okay. So let's make sure that's nice and dry, because you want to see if it's going to leak any. If I'm catching my hair on everything. Uh-oh, look, it even blew back here on the fuel tank that's, okay, well, whatever. Guess it would. See, it is a Dana 45. Okay, get that nice and clean there. I think I need to get another cloth. Okay, I'm all set up with my little receptacle here, and I've got some Teflon tape on the bleeders. You do that to keep the air from going around and circling around on you. And so anyway, we're getting ready to go here. Just going to watch for air bubbles. I can't put my little this thing on the master cylinder, obviously, but this circuit is not very large. So let's look up in there just to make sure. Yeah, okay, it's good. And see, the circuit only goes, let's see where the circuit goes here, behind there, and across here. Everything looks good, and we're going to hope that don't leak. Find out soon enough. Guess I might could keep you with me in some way. Okay. I don't know if I can. Well, just trust me on this thing, okay? I'm going to use both hands. The brake fluid is too precious to waste and everything, so I don't want to. Okay, I'm going to try to film this. So I've got the bleeder loose. It's 10 millimeter for whatever reason, and you turn this valve right here, and you're going to look for. Okay, I think I got some going here. Good. Okay. I guess this is a little overcomplicated using the air on this. You don't need to, and I'll tell you why here in a second. Because this is such an unusual situation. Because I can just reach up on the handle and pump the brakes. I mean, I can just reach it right there and pump them. So ain't no thing. Be sure and put your cap back on your cylinder. It'll just spew it up in the air. So all you got to do in this particular circumstance, your results may vary, is see, I got it facing up, and I've already got the hard side done, or the long side I should say, not the hard side necessarily. So I'll show you what I mean here. I need to change hands, so I need to move the lariat to the other hand. Okay. And I can just simply reach up right here and pump the brakes. I can't show you the fluid, but you can just pull back right there. And I can hear it draining back there. See the hose move? See, I got pure right there. I got to change back to the other hand, but this is action YouTube here. So there's no air in the lines. So we're going to tighten that back up. And then that ought to be it. Let's see what the pedal feels like. If it feels tight with your hands, it'll certainly feel tight with your foot. Let's get this going. Boy, they are spreading manure today. I was wondering what they were doing this morning. Oops. Need wonder no more. Okay. Alright, and I don't worry about purging the fluid out of this, because use it later. Let's see what it feels like. Okay, gotta change hands again. I gotta go get some victuals. Okay. And we'll drop her down. And then, okay. So you pull out on it. Yep, that feels pretty good. Hopefully that centralizes that. Oh baby, yeah. See, it's just barely moving. You want it to move a little bit. Alright, well, we'll drop her down before we close this out and see what we get. And, whew, safety squints. Okay, I gotta remember what I'm gonna be doing down here. First of all, be sure and wipe off your excess here so you won't have any false readings there. I think I would go back and double check the tightness of those. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. And there's my little caps. And we'll drop her down here in a little bit. I gotta go get something to eat before I become ill. Let's top this off and call it a day. Oop. Two of the not very often used but very, very handy dandy little items is this kit right here with the metric. I don't know the part number of it. I don't know, but anyway, there it is. I love this kit because you end up with this and that metric and standard. Boy, that it just makes all the difference. Almost as good as this kit here. And just springform. This is Sun-X. You'd think they'd be prouder of the part numbers on these things, wouldn't you? But this is what is going to help me check this oil here. It ain't great, but it's better than sitting there futzing around with a adjustable wrench or something, Oh, that was that's 15/16 is these. So, see, I'm pretty big about trying to get the little ball in the socket, and we'll just see what this is like. I went to a lot of trouble rebuilding this thing, and there ain't no parts for it, so you've got to I've got to be careful with it. I only do the best possible work I can. You don't want these things, if a little drop comes out of there, you'll be fine. I don't see much, but let's see how close we are. Okay. Ooh, I can smell it. See, it's coming. Yeah, alright, that's enough. Well, that's better than I thought it was. Look how clean it is. So, okay, all happy there. Hey, you did that. Feel better. Alright, now we're going to drop her down. And now I think that shuttlecock and that emergency warning thing that gives you the white light there at the dash, the phase, or whatever you want to call it, I think it resets, but I don't see the way to reset it down here. I've had it go off a couple of times. Y'all might remember I had the shoes, the bonded shoes, become unbonded, and it set off that light, so that was good. Okay. Alright, well let's put that there, and I'll put it away when I get in the truck. So I'm going to take this down and see about, I think I can just move these up here. I don't know. You got to be careful here. There's your modulator, and there's your shifter cable. So let's move that up, and then we're going to drop her down. I don't want to drop her down and bring her up, drop her down and bring her up. I just don't want to do that. And then be a separate video, but I'm going to see if I can find this flipping oil leak. And it could be that when I put the valve covers on, that they're just not seating all the way because of this other problem. So just get a little tension on this. You don't have to put much on it, and then we'll take these out, and then we'll do this. Okay, I put a couple little spacers in here. I moved these to the other side. I didn't really realize it, but this thing moves. This thing rocks around in here. So that could be part of my problem. Don't think it's going to rock around anymore, but we got a little bit more to do here, and then we'll be done. And we're going to see if that shuttlecock light resets. And we're going to see how much distance we have up there. Then that's going to be it. One more shot, I promise. I can tell you now, that's sitting a little nicer. Maybe the fan won't hit the shroud, and any number of things will improve. I can tell you that's a lot more level. Won't be able to find anything about the oil leak till tonight, but I think that's better. It just looks better. I don't know why. Sometimes when you crank it up, you can hear the distributor whining in there. Yeah, I think that's better. I don't know how to describe it. That's that. Okay, well, let's hop in. I'm gonna leave this right here because I've got to get the UV light going on that. All right, let's see what the brake pedal feels like, and then we'll wrap this thing up. It's been a long one, but it's been a lot of work. Okay, now I'm not gonna do. There's the light on. Don't need to worry about that then. Yep, light went off. So just put your foot on it and hold it a little bit. Well, that's a lot better. It's better than having 4 wheels with brakes. It's better than 2 wheels with brakes, as long as all you got is 4 wheels. If you have 20 wheels and you only got 4, well, you know what I mean. You're with me on this, I'm sure. Well, that thing does self-correct, so that's nice. I kind of thought it did. All right, let's turn her off, and we'll talk about self-correcting. Self-correct yourself and leave current down there. If you got anything to suggest, you know, within reason, as long as it's clean. And anyway, I do appreciate y'all spending time with me. And I got out of here just in time. It's 2:20. The sun's about to filter in here. I'm going to go up there and take a little break and wait for the sun to come down and cut grass Saturday afternoon. And we'll do that. So give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And I've got a list of stuff to do, but nothing real big. So, nothing big enough to matter about. Got some pond liners coming. What do you know about that, huh? I gotta tell you, it's been over a year on that pond, but I hadn't been working on it every day, you know. Kind of been learning my way. What do you say? All right. Bye-bye. Talk to you soon. Stay tuned for a little hummingbird action. I love having them here. Never get tired of them. Sometimes you go outside and they buzz around your head. Kind of annoys you, but they're not gonna drill into your eyeballs or nothing. And we'll see if she's got the clonk, so I got to go by and get them nuts. Got one in my pocket. Well, actually 3, but who's counting? Oh, she's so cute. She's going all the way around. There she goes. She went all the way around. Wasn't that precious? Started at the outside corner, just kind of buzzed around. They say they do that because they don't want to get all the nectar out of one flower and kill it or something. I don't know whatever.